Hello friends, and welcome to a new chapter of Little Women. I hope you like it and subscribe my channel. Let's go. A Merry Christmas. On Christmas morning, each of the four girls woke up to find a copy of Pilgrim's Progress under her pillow. Meg told her sisters that she was going to read a little each morning, both to keep her spirits up and to help her be good. Then Jo spoke up. "Look how good Meg is. Come on, girls, let's do the same." Soon all four sisters were seated at the little tables in their bedrooms, reading their books. After a half hour, they went downstairs to wish their mother Merry Christmas, only to find that she wasn't there. Meg asked where she had gone, and Hannah replied, "Someone came a-callin' and your ma went straight away to see if she could help." The girls got everything ready to surprise their mother. Jo softened the new slippers by dancing around the room as Meg redyed the gift basket. Bess showed off the handkerchiefs, which she had lovingly embroidered with the word Mother. "Where's Amy perfume?" Meg asked. Jo replied, "She went to find a piece of ribbon to tie around the bottle." A door slammed and the girls heard steps in the hallway. "Quick," said Jo, "there's Mother. Hide the basket." It was only Amy, who looked like she was up to something. Meg asked, "What's that behind your back?" "Now don't laugh at me," Amy said, "but I've exchanged my little bottle for a big one, and I've used up all my money." She took the new beautiful bottle out of the bag to show her sisters, who hugged her. "I was ashamed of my present after reading about being good and kind this morning, so I went to get Mommy something better." The door banged a second time. Meg shoved the basket under the sofa, and the girls went to the table, eager for their Christmas breakfast. When their mother came into the room, they all cried out, "Thank you for the presents, Mommy. We've already read some and will read more each day." "Merry Christmas, little daughters. I'm glad you're enjoying the books. Now I want to say something. A very poor family lives nearby. They have no fire and are very hungry. Will you girls give them your breakfast as a Christmas present?" The girls were desperately hungry after waiting an hour for Mommy, so at first no one said anything. Then Jo piped up. "I'm so glad we hadn't started yet." Bess said she would love to help carry the food to the poor family. And Amy said she would take the cream and the muffins, the food she loved most. Meg was already covering the pancakes and putting the bread on a big plate. Mrs. March smiled at her daughters. "When we get back, we have bread and milk for breakfast. Then we have a wonderful dinner to make up for everything." They were soon ready and left in the cold to help the family in need. When they arrived, they were shocked to see the bare, unheated, miserable room. A sick mother held her crying baby. 6 other children huddled under one blanket, but they managed a smile as the March family came inside. "Angels have come to help us," Mrs. Hummel, the mother, cried. Jo grinned. "Funny angels in hoods and mittens." Everyone laughed. In a few minutes, the room completely changed. Hannah made a fire with wood she had carried. Mrs. March gave Mrs. Hummel tea and oatmeal. Tenderly, she wrapped the newborn. The 4 March sisters fed the children near the fire. They were very happy to see their joyful faces. Once back at home, the girls set out their presents, while their mother was out collecting clothes for the poor Hummels. Jo screamed with glee. "She's coming! Beth, play a tune!" Amy, get the door. 3 cheers for Mommy. Jo marched around on her long legs. Meg brought their smiling mother to her chair. She was touched by her daughter's generosity and happily opened her presents. She tried on the slippers, dosed herself with the perfume, put a new handkerchief in her pocket, and said the gloves were a perfect fit. After lots of hugs and kisses, it was time to prepare for that night's play. A dozen girls from the neighborhood came to watch Jo's love story. All 4 sisters performed in 5 thrilling acts, wearing different costumes and remembering all their lines. One of the props fell with a clatter on the unsuspecting audience. Hannah appeared just after the final act to find everyone in a fit of laughter. She announced, "Time for supper, girls." What a surprise! On the table were 2 different kinds of ice cream, lots of candy, fruit, cake, and 4 bouquets of flowers. At first, no one spoke. Finally, Beth whispered, "It must be from Santa Claus." Amy asked, "Is it fairies?" Meg said, "It must have been Mother." "Aunt March must have sent it," cried Jo. "No, you're all wrong," Mommy said. "Old Mr. Lawrence sent it." "The Lawrence boy's grandfather?" Meg questioned. "But we don't even know him. What made him send over all this food?" Mommy replied, "Hannah told one of his servants what you girls did today, so Mr. Lawrence wanted to honor you with a special treat. Now you have a little feast to make up for your bread and milk breakfast." Jo said thoughtfully, "His grandson must have given him the idea. I'll bet he's a fine boy." The girls dug into their delicious treats as they talked about the young man next door and his protective grandfather. Jo said, "He once brought back my cat and was very nice about it. I'd like to get to know him. I think he needs some fun." Mommy agreed. "His manners were very good, and he looks like a nice young gentleman. I should have asked him to come and see your play." "It's probably a good idea you didn't," laughed Jo. "Just look at us." She stomped around in her old leather boots for effect. Meg admired the flowers. Beth hugged her mother and said, "I wish we could send my bunch to Father. I'll bet he isn't having such a Merry Christmas." I hope you liked it and subscribe my channel. See you next time.